Hello everybody and welcome to today's video, and in today's video, I'll be doing a 2024 election prediction between AOC and Nikki Haley. I say today's video, it's currently 12:03, so it's actually yesterday's video. I'm gonna try to do this very quickly. Today isn't like today, like the 16th is actually my brother's birthday. He is turning 9. So yeah, we are going jet skiing, and I do not want to be tired. I don't know what time I'm gonna have to wake up, but I don't want to be tired, so I'm going to try to do this really quickly. Also, because I just generally want to be able to go to bed. I was watching the U.S. National soccer team, and then I was watching The Simpsons, so I'm taking a while. Oh, actually, Minnesota's not likely. Actually, I think that these might actually be AOC's only 3 likely states. In New Mexico, I mean, like, she's going to do well enough for the Hispanic Latino vote, but they're both going to struggle, with the working class, and Haley's going to struggle with rural voters. In Virginia, AOC is going to do well enough in the D.C. suburbs, whereas she's going to struggle with the black vote, and Nikki Haley is going to struggle with the rural vote, that it's fairly even. Maine at large, I think Nikki Haley's going to do better. I see her doing better with white rural college-educated voters, but I still see it being likely. For Nikki Haley's likely states, she gets Kansas, Iowa, Ohio, South Carolina, and Alaska. In Kansas, I see her getting less rural turnout, even though she does do fairly well in the suburbs. Iowa, I see AOC just getting obliterated with rural voters. Even if Nikki Haley doesn't turn out many, I still see her getting obliterated. In Ohio, AOC is not going to be able to turn out many black voters. She's going to do pretty poorly with the working class. She's going to do pretty poorly with the rural vote. And Nikki Haley's probably going to do pretty decent in the suburbs, even though Nikki Haley's going to really struggle as well with the working class and with the rural vote. South Carolina, Haley is going to struggle with the white rural vote, whereas AOC is going to struggle with the black vote. And then Alaska, I see more and more Native American voters turning out, which is going to continue to shift it to the left. But AOC, honestly, they're both so weak for oil workers that it's probably going to shift, but they're both going to be pretty weak with oil workers. For AOC's lean state, she gets Nevada, Minnesota, Nebraska's second, and New Hampshire. Nevada, Nikki Haley's going to get less rural turnout, whereas AOC is going to do well enough with the Hispanic Latino vote. Nebraska's second. Nikki Haley's going to be pretty strong in the suburbs, whereas AOC isn't that strong. Minnesota, AOC is going to... they're both going to struggle with the working class and struggle with the rural vote, whereas AOC is going to struggle to turn out voters in Minneapolis, but I see her turning out enough voters and doing well enough in the suburbs that she's able to carry it by a lean margin. In New Hampshire, AOC is going to just do worse with the white rural college-educated vote. For Nikki Haley's lean state, she gets Arizona, Texas, Florida, and Maine second. Maine second's kind of hard to tell. In Arizona, she's going to do well enough with traditional conservatives, even though AOC is going to do fairly decent with the Hispanic Latino vote. Texas, even though AOC is going to do decent with the Hispanic Latino vote and do decent in the suburbs, Nikki Haley's still going to do well enough in the suburbs. And she's going to struggle with rural voters, yes, but she's still going to do decent enough to be able to keep it lean. In Florida, Nikki Haley's going to do pretty well with the Hispanic Latino vote, I think, especially against someone like AOC. And she's going to do pretty well with older white voters and do pretty well in the suburbs. Maine second, I see Nikki Haley having enough populist appeal, enough of that Obama to Trump appeal against someone like AOC that she's able to carry it lean. And Maine second. So for the final, 5 states, they are all tilt states. They will decide this election. Currently, AOC has a narrow lead. Obviously, I'm saying it as if it's an election night. No. But so AOC's singular tilt state is Michigan. Nikki Haley gets Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. So in Wisconsin, actually across these 3 states, with Wisconsin being the most conservative, Michigan being the most liberal, and Pennsylvania being in the middle, AOC is going to really struggle with the black vote, and not turn out many black voters, whereas Marjorie Taylor Greene. Whereas Nikki Haley is not going to turn out many rural voters. They're both going to struggle with the working class. Haley's going to do just well enough in the suburbs that she's able to carry Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, but Michigan she'll still lose because AOC is going to do well enough with the black vote. And it's liberal enough, but it's still going to be they're all probably going to be tilt. Wisconsin could be lean, and Michigan could maybe be lean. I would say that Michigan is more likely to be I would say that in order, like the order of the likelihood of them being lean is Wisconsin, then a drop off, then Michigan, then another drop off, then Pennsylvania. So it's not as if it's like going to be terribly close. Um, in terms of being lean, or similarities in margin, I guess, but they're still probably all going to be tilt. So obviously fairly similar because it's going to be like within 2%, but not like 0.7, 0.6, and 0.5 or whatever. In Georgia, Nikki Haley is gonna struggle with the rural voters, whereas AOC is gonna struggle with the black vote. I see Nikki Haley narrowly prevailing because I see her doing well enough. And like the suburbs are diversifying, but I see her doing well enough with a lot of those suburban white voters that are or a lot of white voters, even though their share of the electorate in the suburbs is likely decreasing. I see her doing well enough with this, I guess, dying vote share. Um, that was prevalent in like 2012 to the point where she can narrowly carry it. North Carolina, she's going to struggle with rural voters. They're both going to struggle with the working class. AOC's going to struggle in the suburbs, but she was going to do well. Or AOC's going to struggle with the black vote, but Nikki Haley's going to do well enough in the suburbs. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like below. Stay tuned for my next video, either tomorrow morning or significantly later today. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please comment your suggestions below, and I'll see you all either tomorrow morning or significantly later today. Bye.